belief, man. That's right. That's wow. Look at these guys go. You know,
the natural human bulldog.
Yeah.
I do want to thank you first of all for your time today.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. I mean, anytime that you're interested in coming by, just let us know. Open seat.
My pleasure.
24/7.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about your upcoming
Yes,
book?
that's all.
Yeah. Real briefly. You know, I have I'm having a good day today. Most of my days, I have good days and bad days, and I'm just going to be a straight shoot with that.
Yeah.
You know, and when Jay contacted me here, I got excited because I don't necessarily watch a lot of wrestling, but I love wrestling. I'm still a fan.
Yeah.
So with that said, you know, I have good days when I talk about wrestling. I have people come up. I can stay in tune with wrestling because so many people, if they see me somewhere, which there's days I only leave my house, but they see me somewhere and I talk to them, they talk about wrestling, and I get it, and that makes me feel good. And so, meeting these guys and talking with you all and giving us opportunity, I want to say thank you all very much because it gives me a good day. It gets me high.
Right.
I don't mean that like drugs. I'm saying when I would go to the building, and no matter how bad my knee hurt or my back or how many miles I traveled, when you open that curtain at 6 and there's a couple hundred people, like, oh, okay. And then you go back at 6:30 and some more people's filling in, you're like, that knee stops hurting a little bit. You pull up the knee pad, you start lacing to the boots, you get that adrenaline, and that's what this gives. It gives me an adrenaline. So with that said, on a good day, and I appreciate you all enlightening me and pulling me up and lifting me up to have a good day. I'm working on a book. It's my memoirs from being out on the road. Like I said, I wrestled on 5 different continents. Been over in Asia and over in England and Australia and South Africa, and of course the North America, U.S. and Canada and Mexico. And so I've got a lot of different worldly views and people I've met, and some people I haven't heard of unless they're hardcore wrestling fans or maybe even from that country. Some of the guys I've wrestled. And the book is going to be called, this is going to be the first time, I haven't even put it out on the internet or anything. Okay. So I've told two people, I guess, know the name of this book. And so this is going to be copyrighted, don't be stealing my gimmick out here. Anyway, on the record, you guys are witnesses. And I got it on paper, on disc.
Yes, sir.
It's called Pin Me, Pay Me, Have Boots, Will Travel. Basically, I had a pair of boots and man, I traveled. Never bought an airline ticket, flew around the world 5 times, So, and it's a little bit of along the lines of a dark sacred nights type thing because basically, all the glitz and glamour that you see on TV or you see at a live event and stuff, there's darkness behind the scenes, there's travel behind the scenes, all these things go on, and it talks about all the people that I've met or wrestled with, little stories like this, just talking about
I tell you, I've seen, and not to interrupt you, but I've seen some of your stuff on Facebook. He puts these little inserts of parts that he's putting in the book, and very well written. It's the stories that kind of, a wrestling fan sees something about Eric Bischoff and they're like, wait, I know who that is. And you catch yourself reading this paragraph, and it's very well written. And
thank you.
I would advise any wrestling fan that knows anything about wrestling. I mean, there's some news, there's some old, and go ahead with it.
Well, this is called Pin Me, Pay Me, Have Boots, Will Travel. And I appreciate that, Jay. That's a good plug. And we've talked about that before. And just so you know, Jay is trying to blackmail me. Okay? I'm on the record right now. This guy seems to think he has pictures of me in my underwear. Okay?
Yes.
And he's not going to release those until this book comes out.
I promise I didn't make that agreement.
No, he made that agreement. Here's why, though. Because he knows that any publicity, even if it's bad publicity, might be good. So we're working together. So if you see those underwear pictures, okay, here's the thing: send your checks to me, not Jay. But no, I'm just kidding. I had to get there because Jay, these guys go back a long way with us. You can tell us that, Jay. But anyway, the book basically is, it's got a lot of good stories in it. I feel like it's going to be very well written. I'm really taking my time. Well, like I said, on good days, I make the most of it, and I get my writing in there. I mentioned Conan earlier. Let me just retract. I don't want people to think that I'm saying anything, bad or nasty toward Conan. I didn't like the way he was toward other people. I don't like people bullying people and things like that.
People change through the years.
But my book is going to be, it is behind the scenes. It is out there right in front of your face. I mean, it's just one of these things going to be out there. The thing is, I'm not going to be spreading dirt on a lot of people. I don't really have a lot of people that I have anything negative or nasty or bad to say about the rest of the world. My experiences were really, really good. Even in the darkest of times, there's certain people and stuff, and I just feel like, you know what, I don't necessarily have anything bad to say about people. So, but now I'll use people's ring names, real names. I do a whole section on unfortunately all the people. I got a section called Just Passing Through on wrestlers that have passed away, and there's been so many. And again, it's one of the things you can look up on the internet. But here's one thing that the ones that I'm doing are ones that I personally met or traveled with or hung out with or whatever. And at one time I had 37, and there's a lot more than that. But 37 that I personally knew. And now about 37, there's like 32 of them that I either traveled with or wrestled against or met in a really one-on-one intimate time. And that's really sad in wrestling, but I do that. And I talk a little about growing up in Ashland when I first came here in 1969. Playing sports through Ashland and being in the community. It's one of these things that I would like to think that whether you're in a little town in California or you're in some town in upstate New York or you're from Ashland, Kentucky or somewhere like a big city, I would think there's someone out there who would like to read this and say, wow, man, this is one of these things, someone that's been there, done it behind the scenes, and just kind of fly on a wall kind of thing, and wow, But I appreciate it. I am trying to write it very, very well. It's not going to be your normal, wrestling book that's glamorized by the WWE.
So you're going to be pretty much
territories.
You're going to pretty much do the Bill Goldberg thing, not do it until you're 100% ready, right?
Exactly. That's kind of thing. I like it to think that I don't know if I sell one copy or 1,000 copies or whatever. My agenda isn't going to be to make a lot of money, to sell a million, be a New York best time seller or anything like that. I just think that it's a good story, and people have told me this, and that's why I started it. I think it's going to be one of the things where, and it's about the territories, it talks about different territories, it pays homage to some of the veterans that went up and down the highway, way before I did, before all these flights nowadays and all the mega TV and stuff. And it's one of these things that I just think people would enjoy saying, hey man, this is a guy that just, lives down the street. And that's one thing people say about me. No matter where I was at wrestling, I never changed. I mean, I'll drop an F-bomb or a GD right here, I love your kids and
that's right.
I'll fight you one day and shake your hand the next, and I'm just a normal guy,
But one request as far as your book goes.
Yeah.
Before the inventory count, you start and have to get the publishers 4 autographed copies. Be released to us forward right here. That's the only thing I request. But no, congratulations on everything you got going on. Thank you so much for coming. Jason will close us out here. You can catch these guys here once a month, maybe every 2 weeks here at Prep Zone.
And you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter at _Prep Zone, and you can add me on Facebook, Jay Downs. I'm Steve Chapman, Dalton Ellis, DJ Ellis. And you have a Twitter?
You don't plug my Twitter.
I don't know your Twitter. I didn't follow you, I guess.
All right, well, we're on Facebook. I go by Bobby Blaze SMEDLEY on there because here's why I thought about this. Think about it. John Cougar. John Cougar Mellencamp. Who the hell is John Cougar? Who's John Mellencamp? So he goes John Cougar. So see, I'm Bobby Blaze. That will come out. No, my mom didn't name me Bobby Blaze. It's Bobby Smedley. So anyway, so it's Bobby Blaze Smedley on Facebook. And if you join, I want you to buy a book. My Twitter is Bobby Blaze 473. I need followers because I got a contest with a couple other people, and I'm up to 40 now. And well, wait a minute, you got to hear me out now. My 15-year-old is out getting me. My nephew's out getting me. So I got a thing is, I'm thinking, man, I'm writing some wrestlers that I know, and I'm like, I'm not going to be hitting up like Steve Rigor or Armstrong and say, hey, retweet me, X-Pac. I need followers or something. I'm just kind of doing this on my own. And so it's Bobby Blaze 473. I'll follow you, Jay. I'll follow you guys.
By the way, Atlee, Smedley. Brady and Drake also. This has been another Prep Zone production. Inside the Ropes, we're out.